severe weather coverage. This is a live look from the storm tracker in Dade County with storms approaching to the Springfield metro from the west. Jamie, what do you see there? Anything?
I mean, right now, I mean, you know, I think it's just a waiting game as those storms approach. Obviously, looking toward the west, you can see the darkening skies. There is a severe warning storm to her west, so that's going to be the one that she'll probably be on as it moves through Dade County.
As we bring you back into the studio, I want to show you what's going on in central Iowa. Central Iowa is being hammered by tornadoes today. The Greenfield area, not sure if this is exactly Greenfield, about an hour southwest of Des Moines, a town of about 2,000. It looks like a strong tornado hit that town and flattened and leveled everything inside.
Yeah, I mean, there's video out of there where it looks like, you know, we've seen video like Joplin or out of Moore, Oklahoma, when you have one of these EF5s go through and it looks like a drill just went across the board. It went across the landscape. That's the way that damage looks in Greenfield. Some of the damage that we've seen over in the weather lab out of that area, you know, one of the way you gauge whether it's EF4 or EF5 damage is there still debris left on the concrete slab? If there's still debris on the slab, it's not swept clean, maybe that's high-end EF4. We're seeing signs that maybe it could be a little stronger than that. I mean, some of these foundations are fully exposed after that tornado in Greenfield. Of course, we knew going into today that Iowa was going to be ground zero for the majority of the severe weather risk, but we also knew that severe weather risk was going to extend south to a lesser extent across our area. And we're finding now a line of severe storms. We've got a couple of different hot spots that we want to focus in on. One is what's moving across Benton County. There's been a threat of damaging winds with this portion right there. You can see surging across the Warsaw area. Wind speeds potentially in the order of 60 to 70 miles per hour. We're also worried about the potential of maybe seeing a tightening up along that line that could produce a tornado. So far, we've not seen that, but certainly we've seen strong winds with this line of storms moving across central areas of Benton County, and we're still getting a strong wind signature. This is the leading edge, and this will continue to surge off toward the east-northeast at, I believe, about 60 miles per hour. I mean, this thing is surging east-northeast, and it kind of tells you some of the wind energy that's associated with this storm helping to push the leading edge so quickly off to the east-northeast. Strong winds likely still continuing in the Warsaw area. The hail threat now appears to be east of Warsaw. Likely had hailstones maybe up to the size of quarter to golf ball size. Right now, radar would estimate that we're still looking at that potential for maybe hail up to at least quarter size. Another storm that we're watching is the one that is now moving into St. Clair County. You can see this storm approaching, or I should say Cedar County, the storm approaching Stockton from the west. And, you know, this storm has maintained that look, that hook, and there is some rotation there just to the north of Jericho Springs. It's weak, but that's a pocket certainly that we'll be watching. That storm is tracking to the east at 35 miles per hour. So that'll bring it into the Stockton Lake area here shortly. And there's still a hail core with that one. Maybe not as impressive as it was, say, 30 minutes ago, but still looking at the possibility of hail of dime to maybe quarter size with that particular storm. And the severe weather risk extends south and west toward Tulsa. Lots of reports of hail near and east and southeast of Tulsa up to as much as maybe tennis ball size with those storms. Now ahead of that, we've also got storms impacting areas from Wright County south into Boone County and Marion and Baxter counties. These are not severe but producing heavy rain, and the strongest ones could be producing some small hail. The setup is there today. We've got the wind energy, we've got the instability, and that's why we've got the severe weather which is unfolding north to south across the region. As far as our area, can't rule out the possibility of a tornado or two, but the overall tornado risk looks low. Going into this, it looks like the risk for hail would be kind of that primary mode of severe weather. I don't know if we're going to get to baseball size, but certainly up to at least ping pong ball size in the strongest storms, and 60 to 70 mile per hour winds a possibility with some of these storms as well. Looking at how this is going to unfold, by 7 o'clock, I expect these storms to be moving across the Greene County, 7 to 7:30. By 9 o'clock, storms will be shifting south of I-44, and the severe weather risk should be diminishing by 11 o'clock tonight, and those storms will be out of here shortly after midnight. Another wave of thunderstorms expected on Wednesday. Now, I think the frontal boundary, where it winds up tomorrow morning, and I think that's going to be to the south, is going to be key to the severe weather risk on Wednesday. Right now, the Storm Prediction Center has a risk all the way across I-44. I think at the end of the day, it's probably going to be more tied to that front and south of that front, areas closer to and south of the state line. What about the rest of the week? Well, we have a chance for showers and thunderstorms throughout the rest of the week, Thursday, Friday. I think any severe weather risk is going to be isolated on those days. That'll be the case on Saturday, but I think we could see a more impressive round of storms and potential severe weather sometime late Saturday night into the day on Sunday. Guys?
All right, thank you, Jamie.